So this is my homegirl Jade, man. You know, she's like my goddaughter. Not officially, but she's like my goddaughter, my man Jonathan's daughter, man. I want to ask you some questions real quick. Do you have a sister?
Yes.
Yes. So let me ask you this. Would you be mad at your sister if she went on the internet and said bad things about you?
Yes.
Would you speak to her again?
Yes.
You would be her friend even if she said bad things about you? You would be her friend again?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I know that she feel like she want love.
Oh, she just did that because she want love.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what? That explains a lot because I'm going through something like that and I was trying to figure out what I should do. But you saying that they just saying bad things about you because they need love?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you kind of smart. You smarter than I thought, man. You get a bonus for today's work. Yeah, I'll give you a bonus today.
Yeah.
100, cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what you gonna do with it?
Okay, like I'm gonna put in my piggy bank.
Are you putting your piggy bank?
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, you helped me solve a real big problem, man. People say bad things about you because they really want love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, we solved a big problem, man. Welcome to Talk with Flea, everybody. Say bye, Jay.
Bye.
Welcome back to Talk with Flea. We appreciate the love and thanks for tuning in. Now, my man, Sin City, back in the building. It was a crazy week last week, right? Last couple of weeks have been kind of wild, right?
It's been really crazy. I was arguing on the internet all morning with on MREC TV about the you and Broner situation. I told people, man, just relax, man.
People still talking about that.
Yeah, they still talking about it, man.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way to blame you for anything. I don't care what it is. They will find a way. If you say something,
Kim, you was wrong.
Yeah.
You was wrong for saying that to that man.
Yeah, I was wrong too. And then if I don't say nothing, then I'm a sucker. I can't win. Listen, let me tell you something for the internet world out there. I ain't doing nothing but trying to be me, man. I can't live for y'all. Y'all can't live with me. I can't shit for you. You can't shit for me. I can only be me, my nigga. That's just that. Sorry if y'all was displeased with or how I handled the situation, but I actually explained on last week's episode how and why I handled the situation. So I ain't digging back into it. What happened, what happened. Like I said, AB, my man, I'm wishing him success, and I hope he bounces back to box one day, man. Hopefully. What's good though? What we got going on, man? Besides that, what else they mad about?
I saw a 50 post today. You accepting Dame apology? 'Cause I don't think he is.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have nothing bad to say or nothing good to say. I just have nothing to say. Because once you call the law yours, I don't know what I can say after that. It's literally when you put the law involved. I'm saying law short for lawyers. I don't know what I can say. I know Dame had put up a statement saying that let's be cool, let's work together. And I spoke to his homie Daniel, and Daniel was super cool on the phone. Daniel's my man. He was super duper cool, like super cool. But you don't know who to trust out here. You don't know how a nigga feeling today and how they gonna feel tomorrow, man. That's all I can say. So, listen, I know one thing. I spoke to 50, and me and 50 straight, and we on the same page. So, whatever he said. I ain't see what he said, but whatever 50 said. Because, like I said, this whole shit started with Dame and 50, and then used me talking about Dame as the pawn, how I felt about it, to combat with 50, and I'm catching strays, and then I catch a stray. I can't spin off and shoot back and nothing like. So, whatever. More of the story is I ain't got nothing else to say about it, man. I thought we was snapping, and it just got really deep. Pause. I ain't know it was lawyer deep off the snapping. I know it got a little personal for him, but he he got personal too. So, like I said, I don't want to dwell on this, but I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah, because it'll all be bad timing. He did an interview and another one came out today, so we ain't
Another interview talking about me?
Yeah, he said Jay-Z never respected you.
Yeah, see?
He was the little nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was on Art of Dialogue again. Yo, all right, now we need to check, bro.
Yeah.
So, let me get a little 10%.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, bro, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up just I'm gonna put and I ain't even like that. But you gotta send something. You can't have me for every topic from everybody, bro. Doing some good work over there, though, I guess.
Listen, I want to move on past this Dame and you and everything, but I just got one more question. This $300 million lawsuit, I think I heard you talk about, did he try to shake you down for like a mil or two? Like, that was for real?
Yeah, so.
$1 million?
Yeah, so after he put out the statement, and like I said, after this, I'm not talking about nothing else. You know, he put up the lawsuit online, and then I sent it to my lawyer. I'm like, just in case, I don't care, because it was a digital paper trail. And like I told Daniel, the last 20 years, and like I told y'all on the show, I've never said nothing bad about Dame until this last scenario, whether it was good or bad. But basically, make a long story short, I was like, whatever, I'm not tripping on the lawsuit. If I got to go to court and countersue, that's what I do. I don't want to do that. Cool. So Daniel was like, I ain't even want to tell you this. Not saying he was on my side or Dame's side, whatever, but Dame said if you just give him $1 million, he'll forget about the whole thing. And I was like, no, I'm not giving $1 million for make what go away? A snap battle? Like, I don't know. So, yeah, but then 2 days later or a day later after that, that's when I seen his post saying, let's all work together, let's be cool, yada, yada. But yeah, 2 days before that, he did say give him $1 million and it could all go away.
Lord Jesus. So, I mean, best picture, are you considering it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Like I said, I'm taking, what I'm saying is this, that when he said that, I got that message before he put up the message of let's all be cool. So I guess after all that, whatever him and Daniel talked about, he was like, let's all be cool.
I want to take a sentimental moment and say rest in peace to Larry's wife,
yep.
Maribel.
Yes. Rest in
cousin
peace,
Jerv.
Yep, my cousin Jerv, yep.
Naima and Robert Brooks that was killed in Marcy Correctional Facility. So I want to give them their praises before we move on.
Yes, definitely RP to those people.
I want to get one thing out the way. Because this is a question that's in the hood and you probably don't realize it. What would you say was your best verse? Now I'm going to give you these songs. Your best rap verse. DJ Clue, Fantastic Four Part 2, featuring Nature, The Lox, Fabulous. That's the back in the days we were slaves, whips and chains. The Dutch and Spade record, which is Where I'm From, on the SDE album. That verse go crazy. Or the ROC with you, Beanie Siegel, and Memphis Bleak. Which would you say is the best verse out of all of them?
The one DJ Clue would be my favorite out of those three, but the most popular one is the Just Fire one with Beanie Siegel and Memphis Bleak. Like, I do that to show people sing it word for word. But if you're asking my favorite is the one with DJ Clue and Nature and the Lox and Fab.
I remember we was talking and the Lox was saying like Big was dissing him on their first freestyle or whatever, and you kind of related to it. You was like, yeah, I got on the track with Dutch and Spade. I had to, show him what time it was. And I wanted to know why you did that. Like, what is that some New York shit going on? Because you said a freestyle, you did a freestyle on TV, I forgot what station, you, Charlie Baltimore, Dutch and Spade. And you said, niggas rap about the rings they don't got, rings they don't cop. And you took like a Big verse, kind of, I don't know if you remember it, but I'll play it for you later. Is that like some competition shit when some new niggas come along? Like, what, or is just New York shit? Like, what is that about?
Well, first of all, let me say this. Dutch and Spade are fucking nice. Super duper nice. Them niggas is nice. So big shout out to Dutch and Spade and that whole crew, you know, Major Figures. They was they was just, I don't know if they had a major label deal, but Bianca, Gilly, Dutchy, Spado, like them niggas, they had a nice team. So I want to say that first and foremost. But when Dutch and Spade got there, and what happened is this, you gotta realize I'm the first artist on entertainment, me and Charlie Baltimore. So, you know, as artists come in, you get a little territorial, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to build a label. But I'm trying to be the best rapper on the label. Not only that, not let other niggas come take my shine, even though that's what a label's supposed to do. You gotta sign people. So the first time I did a record with them, I never dissed them. If you listen to that verse that you talking about on SDE, that verse, I didn't say nothing bad or negative about them. I just spit way more bars than they did and just got into my bag because I had to let them know that's the first song we ever done together that, yo, I'm the head honcho at this label, but welcome. That's how I took it. You know what I'm saying? At that time, you at a young age, you competing. It's almost like your job if you want to be a quarterback. And it's a little different. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but you fighting for a starting spot, nigga. My album wasn't out yet when Dutch and Spade got there. It was about to be out, came out, and then, because they actually on it, and it was they go, but I had to let niggas know I'm ready to go again. So it wasn't nothing personal towards them. It was just about the competition among artists and label. It's shit, it's beats in there. We talked about it with Un, that I was like, yo, Un, you can't give that beat to Charlie. Like, I wanted to give the beat Glory on my album to Charlie, and I fought for like 3 weeks, like, yo, you just can't do that. And he was about to do that. But it wasn't nothing more than just trying to be the best nigga on the label. But I got much respect for Dutch and Spade. Them two of the nicest niggas I ever heard, actually.
Speaking of SDE album, you know what's crazy? A lot of people don't know that Destiny Child was on that album. And I'm talking about, when I say a lot of people, I mean like the newer generation or whatever. So explain how that came about, how you did a song with Destiny Child, which was Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't know the other two girls because they changed the group up a lot. But explain how that song came about.
I don't remember, but how that song came about. But you know what's crazy is that the first time Beyonce or Destiny Child done a song professionally that I think is their first song. It's the first time I ever did a song, but I didn't have a deal yet. And we was on, I don't know, I think it was Staying Alive remix, Wyclef song, if I'm not mistaken. It was definitely a Wyclef remix. But we was on that song, and Wyclef, myself, and Destiny Child was in the studio, and then I remember Beyonce and Kelly was super cool, and they were talking about how they just signed with Columbia, and I think Wyclef was on Columbia. But Praz, I was like the hottest nigga in the street, and Praz used to come see me a lot because he wanted to try and sign me. So I met Lauryn Hill and Wyclef, and Wyclef stayed in contact with me, and he called me to do the remix for that song. So that's the first time I ever met Destiny Child before they even had their own single, if I'm not mistaken, but we're all on that remix. But as far as them getting on my album, this is a crazy story, is that I wasn't there. I was on a tour, on promotional tour, and I wrote the hook that I wanted them to say on the hook. So I think maybe unhooked it up. I got them to the studio. Jacob, either Un and Jacob, one or the other. But I left a reference track because I sung what I wanted them to sing. So they sung the reference track. It came out dope. It was super duper fly. So like, it was probably like a month and a half later, I didn't see them. And we had a show in Virginia. And I was backstage, and Kelly and Beyonce walked up to me. I did not know it was Kelly and Beyonce because, you know, I only seen them that one time, and remember, this is not Destiny Child, super duper Destiny Child yet. They was rocking, but they was really good, and I was excited to have them on my album. Anyway, I see them backstage. They come up to me. Now, mind you, they're not dressed like Destiny Child. We all backstage just having on our shit to get in the stadium or whatever. And they got baggy clothes on, little hoodie, whatever. And they was like, yo, Kim, you like that song we did for you? And I'm like, huh? And Jim is behind them, like, doing all this hand movement. And I'm like, what song? She's like, stop playing, yo, the song we did the other day for you. Do you like it? I'm like, I can't remember. And they just looked at me and walked off, and Jim walked up. I'm like, yo, that's Destiny Child. I'm like, so I tried to run back and catch them. I'm like, they had walked faster, and I seen them after the show. I'm like, yo, y'all killed that song. Y'all killed it. They just, they brushed me the fuck off and heard me. And then we was like on a semi-tour together. Outkast was on this tour too. So I see him at the next state. What up, girl? Yo, that shit gonna be a single. They just straight up not even paying me no mind after this point. And I felt like shit. I felt like shit. But then later on in life, years later when Diplomats was popping and Destiny Child was Destiny Child, we was on like a 5-6 city tour with them, and they were cool. They got over it at that time.
The song came out dope too.
Yeah.
I like that song. That's one of my favorite records from you.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah. What outside artists, outside of Dipset and Murder, would you do a joint album with? That you got enough respect for lyrically and maybe got like a cool relationship? Like, what artists would you do a joint album with?
Probably at this phase, I mean, it was a bunch of people a while ago I would have done something with, but probably the only person outside of Mace, it would be Ghostface. Like, I fuck with Ghostface, because Ghostface still got energy. Ghostface still saying fly shit that he said 20, 30 years ago. Ghostface still coming out with the same image he got. And not only that, none of his albums is slacking, but just if you thought they was, that Supreme Clientele 2 is definitely a reminder of how nasty Ghost is. And I like I said, Ghost one of the people who he don't really care what people think either. So if we're talking about today, Ghost is probably the first and last only person outside of Mace that I would do a joint album with. Outside of that, I'm kind of over anybody else that I might have thought about doing a joint album with, but that's the only person today.
What you mean by over?
It's people that I'm not saying joint album, but it's a few people who I would have done some records with that I just think you missed the opportunity. You know sometimes how they always talk about Pacquiao and Floyd happened too late? Like, that's what I think about when it comes to doing records with certain people that I may not have done records with. Like, this may have been cool 10, 15 years ago, but we missed the opportunity.
What's up? Welcome back to the Killer Countdown for another battle. It was Ines versus Traumatose. That was a real interesting one. Because they both hiccup. And listen, and y'all, any battle rapper, you got my respect, because y'all gotta do like a perfect one take, even when y'all in the battles and shit, and that takes a lot. But here, we judging on the Killer Countdown. So y'all both hiccup, but y'all both said some good shit. I ain't know what the fuck was going on in Alaska. I may need to take a trip out there. Y'all niggas is really rapping out there. That nigga said, the Eskimo plug, flipping Mexico drugs. I said, damn. He said, Chopper City. This 8K, I'm from Chopper State. Shout out to my man, Chopper City. But the winner is Ines. And I'm gonna tell you why, Traumatose. Your audio was a little choppy. You know what I mean? And like I said, they judge everything. So I don't know, if he was moving around too much, I don't know. But the audio was a little choppy because both of y'all had a little hiccup, y'all had a little pause. And like I said, salute to both of y'all. Because Ines said some shit. I know Ines could go harder than that. I do, pause. I do know I watch Ines rap all the time or whatever, but that's the winner. Ines on the Killer Countdown. It's your boy Sin City. Ooh.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Killer Countdown. We're still in round one. Today we got a goodie. We got Ice versus Heat. Y'all ready?
Yes, you know it.
So listen, it's one round, 2 minutes per round. Ice, Heat. Do one of y'all want to go first, second, or do we have to flip a coin?
What you want to do,
I
Heat?
said, you the big bro. So I ain't gonna do too much. But they gave us 2 minutes. Good. I'm in a mood to rush. You ever see a wolf in a casket before? It's no room but plush. But what happens when ice meets heat? Turns you to slush. What up, Mr. I control everything? You already know I'm from another kind of ilk, so be ready to lose control. And I ain't talking silk, I'm just smooth with a cow and a pump. And I ain't talking milk, it's just crazy when you gotta kill a nigga you look up to. Now we're talking guilt. Get a load of me, no controlling me? Shit, I bet not if I hold a piece. Shot to the hip, he can't hold his knees. Arm in a polar breeze, hold and squeeze. Yeah, you put me on ice, but remember, you gotta hold the heat. I'm in the ring with a killer, right? So it's either fight or flight, killer, right? Shot short range and hit his frame twice. I don't care if you tall ice, a clip will make us the same height. Or shots at his feet will have ice sliding on the dance floor while he at date night. Or he froze up like stage fright. But I applaud you, that means you can get the hands. Let's catch the fade. Or I give him the blade if ice could pay. Under a sheet of frozen water is where ice can lay. But what happens when you slip through the cracks, ice? It rains. Pull up on Unc Andrew. Handle under pressure. I'm nice, dog. I don't think flat earth is a household combo just yet. But I'll put a round through ice wall. He was in his living room. Let's knock the lights off. Hit the kitchen sink. They say you're only as good as the company you keep. Then I'm the nigga you better bring. From this remote location, I'll hit you with something universal. Now I control everything. Easy does it.
They said Heat got a Cal Tech. This a trigger finger. He a nail tech. Press on and a krill lick will bring us more money back than a sales rep. He at the salon, near the blow dryer. Conditioning shampoo, they both dying. Floor mat the clerk for co-signing. Then trauma unit the person that's close by you. Try firing that head, I sent ghost riders. Now the chain of event spiraling down, got Scorpion preparing for combat, cause he mortally wounded in front of a nail polish soldier who chose coke instead of toes trying. That's what cracked me up. I'm a sandwich bagger. Creep through halls, then knock the restroom like, did you do what grandma asked you? Keeping kitchen clean. My microwave dinners. Break bread or it's Back to Your Future like execution style stick-ups. This headshot, you should have dipped from the first splash. Yeah, this headshot, you should have dipped from the first splash. Now both fingers gripping the nose like church baths. How you thought I fell off, huh? Yeah, bless his soul. Only my charm mellow. Bow, 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 bow. 4 shells, but the third came from a stick like Don and Teller. You niggas get too high, that's cheap sheets. Petty off a bitch like meat beef. E and males with no CC. All this whining about bloods and crits got me thinking about the Roxy battle on Beach Street. You niggas dancing around drama. I'm right next to Comma, and that bitch ain't nothing but a mute without my 40 cal on her. But shoot your shot. I have my addicts remove your roof like drops. Then wait for my stock 10 like Karl Malone did before he chooses his shot. It's in the game. You from the BX? Fine. My rebels rowdy out there, no GS9. You got an M in the wall off of dealerships? Fine. Cause now I'm circling your V like a CX5. Man, you don't control shit with your hands shaking when you CHI. So bow down to something greater. Layla, Ali, your pop shaky with the torch. You might really need shields whenever we may slide. This was easy.
Yo, listen, both of you.
Yeah, you thought I fucked up, did a little pause on. I thought
Nah, that was crazy. You did that.
Nah,
that was both of y'all niggas.
Both of y'all niggas did y'all thing. Listen, man, we appreciate both of y'all being on the Killer Countdown. The fans, make sure y'all vote for Heat or Ice, and we'll see the winner next round.
Salute,
thank y'all.
Salute, murder.
Well, being that you're the reason for Roc-A-Fella breaking up, now that we know, when you first heard, shout out to Joel Santana, it's my nigga. When you first heard Joel's verse saying Cam taking over the Rock, what went through your mind? Did you know it was gonna be an issue, or did you figure, or you just ain't give a fuck?
I didn't pay too much attention because, look, when I got the Roc-A-Fella, to be honest with you, Jay-Z wasn't there that much. Like, it was one office in the corner. No, I mean, it's several offices, but it was like one big office, and Dame was always in there, and Jay would be in there sometimes. This is just when I was there. I'm not saying he wasn't there before or after. I didn't see him every day. Like, Dame would be there every day. We would be there every day. Once I got there, Bobby Dash would be there every day. Carlene, G. Roberson, I didn't see him that much. So when Joel's wrote that, I didn't pay that much attention to it as maybe people had took it the wrong way. And I'm not sure, I can't put a timeline on it, but I don't know if that was around the same time as a president announcement or vice president announcement or whatever it was. So maybe it just correlated with that. I didn't think about it, about fuck what niggas is thinking. I just thought about it as we came over there and did our thing. Did I know it was gonna have that much of an effect or bother people? Nah, else I would have changed it. When I got the Roc-A-Fella, bro, I was trying to be one of the coolest niggas in the world because I already knew they had a situation, so I wasn't trying to ruffle no fella.
Like you said, you was trying to be Jimmy Butler on Golden State.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. I'm trying to be Jimmy Butler on Golden State, a team that's already winning, and I'm just here to try to contribute.
Right. The next one is a two-part question. How you and Lil Wayne got so cool?
It's a great question. Like, I don't know. That's good. Because when I did my first album, I wasn't really up like that. Cash Money, they was up before I had an album. But I did this song on Violate. I had an album, R.P. Chris Lighty, and I had a song on that album. And I remember them Cash Money niggas kept playing that shit on repeat. One weekend in Memorial Weekend in Miami, because we was staying in the same hotel, and they was playing that shit on repeat. And when I seen Wayne was still young. We was both young. And he's like, yo, that's the best song this year. He was just showing me mad love. And we always stayed cool, just always stayed in contact. Like, when he came to New York, I don't know what he was going through when his first issues with Birdman, the Cash Money, whatever it wasn't really public like that. But I knew they might have been going through something. He come to New York, and I made sure, at least when he was with me, not saying he was with me the whole time, but when he was with me, we made sure he was good. He come do JR Writer video. I go in the stash, he go 20,000, because he's doing it for free. And I didn't want him to think that, nah, you my friend, but you a superstar, nigga. Take this mattress money here. Hold Wayne down here, all that shit together. And anytime he was around, I just always wanted to treat him like family and make sure he was straight, because this nigga is on top of the world, and then he's going through something with his family, his label, whatever, so you can see him fall back for a minute. But after that, he came out that slump. I don't even want to call it a slump. He came out that situation, and that's when everything took off for him, to be honest with you, with a Millie and all the Carters and everything else. Right after that situation, it went crazy. Because if you look, he's a JR Writer video. He did the song Suck of the Night. Him and Jewels was supposed to do the album together. I introduced Lil Wayne to Young Jeezy. Like, Lil Wayne was with me when we went to do that video for Young Jeezy, that video where he did Paid in Full over.
Soul Survivor.
Me and Weezy was hanging out that day, and we went to that video shoot together. Wayne and Young Jeezy met each other that day because me and Wayne was fucking around.
Oh, okay. I want to, because there's certain people that missed it. Who do you think, like I said, it was a two-part question. Who do you think at their peak moment, not longevity, but at their peak moment had the biggest impact, Drake or Wayne? Because I was there we was all there for both. And Wayne shit was crazy. There's a lot of people that don't know that, like the newer generation. Wayne peak was crazy. So who do you think had a bigger impact?
bigger impact is Wayne. You don't get Drake without Wayne. You don't get Drake without the Wayne cosign. Now, what Drake did after that cosign, he went and made magic. Shit, went on a terrific run. But what niggas is not realizing is that when you talk about Weezy, a lot of these kids is not young enough to know, not old enough to know what Weezy brought to the game. Weezy was the youngest nigga on Cash Money. I remember old nigga knew Weezy for in the beginning when we used to watch videos, wobbity, 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 wobbity. Like, that's all he did at the end. Then came to find out he made up the phrase bling bling, because at one time Juvenile was running Cash Money. And I'm not talking about from New Orleans perspective. I don't want nobody Juvie, Baby Slim. I don't want nobody get mad at me, because I love all y'all niggas. Y'all know y'all my brothers. I'm talking about from a New York nigga not knowing y'all, looking at it from the outside, looking in, and it looked like, okay, the Baby nigga got the money. The Juvie nigga, the main rapper, all right. Who this Manny Fresh nigga? Oh, he do the beats. He just a dancing machine over there doing the beats, jumping around. Okay, now you got Baby, this nigga doing the beats, and the lead nigga Juvie sold 4 million out the gate. So now you got the other niggas where you got BG, niggas start liking BG, you get Turk, you get a few other niggas. And Wayne was like the youngest nigga coming up to where you like, all right, that's the little bro coming up and he gonna get to it. But he just kept working. And it's even when people was leaving Cash Money, other artists, he was the last one on Cash Money when BG didn't want to mess with them, Juvie didn't want to mess with them, and we know family go through shit. Listen, I'm the last one to talk about groups breaking up. I'm just talking about the history of how Lil Wayne became that nigga. So niggas don't know Lil Wayne, like 14 years old to now, he's still doing sold out concerts. But everybody, most of the time, I can't say everybody, a lot of people need a cosign sometime. And it don't always work. Sometimes you get a cosign and nigga be like, I don't care who you did a song with. I don't like you. Your shit is trash. But you get the right cosign. You get what I'm saying? You get a Mace, a Puff to co-sign Mace, so Mace show his talent. Then you get a Mace to co-sign a Cam, so Cam can show his talent. Or you get a fucking Cam to co-sign a Diplomat, so they can go show their talent. A lot of people get cosigns, and when you get the right cosign, and if you're a good artist, then sometimes it helps out. Sometimes, because I don't want artists to hear this right now and be like, see, I told you, we gotta go do a song with one of these niggas so we could pop off. It don't always work. I know niggas who got songs with the creme de la creme of the music industry and they still haven't gone nowhere. It ain't just about you doing a song with another artist. They gotta like you too. So, yeah, that's the answer to your question.
You mentioned Wyclef, just real quick. This wasn't even part of the quick, but I remember you mentioned Wyclef. The thing in the hood was that before you got your deal, that's how I know that shit was gonna happen for you. Me personally, when I heard it, I don't know if it's true or not. There was Wyclef, and Wyclef was one of the biggest artists at the time. Was Wyclef? Did he call Gem House looking for you? Is that true?
Maybe. I know it was more. He might have called me looking for me to come do that remix or something like that, but probably so. But that nigga, I had a little stash crib on 144th and 7th Avenue where I used to just keep some shit over there. I ain't never spent the night over there, but I just had some shit over there. And Praz used to pull up over there to see me. This nigga, I didn't. And Praz,
you acting like you forgot.
I'm gonna act like I forgot when I'm telling you this. Anyway, Praz used to pull up all the time and come see me over there. But there was a few people wanted to sign me. Tracy Waples, who was at Columbia. Of course, the Fugees was, Fugees was hard to say no to because they had just came off selling some ridiculous shit like 8, 9, 10 million. That's when Killing Me Softly and all that shit was out. So Praz used to really pull up on me though. Like I said, I seen Wyclef a few times when Praz took me to they shit in Jersey and when I did that remix for his album.
I actually didn't know that. Real quick, something happened on TV today, just to let the public know who didn't see it. Tank and Jake Paul made a $2 million personal bet whoever wins, they get paid. And I think that's crazy. $2 million is a lot of money, man.
Depending on who you talking to.
Yeah, well, it's people like us, man. We think it's a lot. Yo, you know what's crazy? A lot of people don't know. You got sued. You had a mixtape or album / whatever called The Program.
Yeah.
You got sued for that album cover. Tell us what happened with that and how did it turn out?
Well, I lost. It ain't really much to talk about. So basically what happened is it's an old school picture of some kids taking a picture on 143rd and Lenox. I seen it. I thought it was dope. And so I used it for the mixtape cover. Then the owners of the picture, which is not even the person who took the picture, the company that owns the picture, went and sued me. And I seen this picture all over the internet. So when I got the lawsuit, I went to the internet to look for the picture. It was gone. They erased it from everywhere before I even got a chance. It was only my mixtape cover with that picture. And I was like, wow. So I didn't even pay it no mind. And this is what people need to learn. When you get a lawsuit, what you don't want to do is, and what I did was being dumb and not thinking it was that serious, is ignore it because you lose by default. So that means not showing up, you automatically lose and they get a judgment. If you go, you can win the lawsuit, you can win the case, but you can't not go. If you don't go, you automatically lose it. And that's what I did. I thought it was some bullshit. Found out it wasn't no bullshit. Now, the picture company wants their money and they done tracked the nigga down who took the picture. And he was some dude from Jersey, like, yeah, man, I used to come over to Harlem, take them pictures, because they used to have them, the circus right there on 145th and Lenox. So I always wanted to capture the moment, so I feel I should be a little compensated for it. And I'm like, motherfucker, you come over here, take pictures, steal our life, and wait for a day like this to get paid after you sit there and from Jersey, no disrespect to Jersey, you come from Jersey, you could take a bunch of pictures in Jersey, Newark, Irvington, shout out to all my niggas out there, Orange, it's a bunch of shit you could have took. But you come to Harlem, take pictures of our lifestyle, and charge a nigga from Harlem to use some shit that was going on in his neighborhood because it's his picture. But I dig it, I learned the game. And I used to think Kanye and different people was bugging, but they wasn't bugging, it wasn't for publicity, because what this paparazzi do, they come and take pictures of you, and then once they come and take pictures of you, they actually own the picture. So now they're selling a picture of Kanye walking to the store for $10,000, $15,000. They're selling a picture of Kim Kardashian leaving a nail salon for $15,000. This is a hustle. This is a mean hustle, bro. I lost that lawsuit for over $100,000 just for not answering, for it being a default.
And honestly, I think you could have won because, and that's crazy. Shout out to Harlem for real. Rest in peace, E. He just passed. But E hit me and was like, "I know the dudes that's on the cover." And and you.
And listen, yeah, you told me about it. And don't say nothing. I was speaking to him because the niggas, to be more clear on what Sin is saying is this. So the dude who actually took the picture of the young kids and sued me for it, the picture on 143rd and Lenox, come to find out I know these niggas. And they've never got a dime. They've never got nothing. This same picture, if you go to BBQs on 72nd, all they menus, this same picture is on the menus and BBQs. That picture was floating around everywhere. So you took a picture of these kids, been holding on to it for years, charge a nigga like me who from the neighborhood for the picture, and the kids that's in the picture don't get nothing. I told niggas, hold on, I got somebody they can holler at so they can talk to the people who own the picture, who's using their image and their likeness to make money. So to be continued.
Yo, you just mentioned Kanye. What's up with this nigga screaming in the room like that? I actually laughed at that shit. Yo, what's going on with this kid, man? Like, who? You know the situation? I don't want to laugh at nobody.
I'm not laughing either.
Mental shit.
Nah.
Goddamn, yo.
Nah, I ain't laughing at nobody either, but that was a hell of an outburst. I seen the nigga screaming. Then I seen the nigga do some wild shit on Saturday Night Live. You know what? I'm at the point where With Kanye with. He ain't faking, bro. That nigga, I used to think he's fun faking. But I think when he get around the right crowd, that shit just, whatever he got going on just come out. Did you see him on Saturday Night Live?
Nah.
The nigga on Saturday Night Live, he's singing the song, and in the middle of the song, he be like, you know they tried to punk me backstage? They tried to punk me. They told me don't wear this hat. Niggas is all looking, nigga like, yo, what is he talking about? He said they actually tried to punk me back there, man. Niggas, yo, you know how to get some attention, I tell you that, man.
Yo, what's your, you talking about you've been popping since you was 10 and 11. All right, we get it with the basketball, bro. Whatever.
Yeah.
I want to know, what's your first music groupie experience? And what was that like? You like, oh shit, like, nah, this music is working. Like, this shit don't normally happen. You got one?
First time, a groupie experience for me?
For music, yeah.
Damn, I don't know. That's a good one because I got a lot of shit on being Mace Man in the beginning, if you want to know. Wayne Man get a lot of joint. Sugar Dugger no. Yeah, like I got a lot being Mace Man, but as far as me, when I knew it was gonna pop, damn, that was a good question. I would have put more thought into this if I knew. But I'll say this, and damn, it's a good question because I'm pretty sure it was something before this. But when I knew I could get away with murder, is when one day it was me and Zeke, and after the show we got to our hotel room, and it was probably about, I'm not even exaggerating, probably like 30 girls outside my hotel room. So they all wanted to meet me. So Zeke said, line up single file outside the room, and one by one, we'll let you in the room. And every girl that came in to get an autograph or who had a camera, you know, there wasn't no cameras on the phone, had a camera, take a picture or autograph, or even wanted to stay. As they came in, they couldn't walk in the room. They had to do a front tuck in the room to get my autograph. And there was 30 girls who did a front tuck. This one girl came in, did a front tuck, jumped up and kicked Zeke in the face. Said, I'm out. Kicked the shit out the nigga in the face. Zeke caught himself. But that's when I was like, yeah, I'm a superstar. Bitches in here rolling around on the floor. Come get a picture.
I'm a star.
Yeah, that's when I was like, this shit getting out of hand. I ain't gonna lie. But it's probably something before that. But that always stuck in my mind that 30 girls did a front tuck to get in the room and then did a front tuck on the way out. That's when I say, yeah, something going on, baby. It's popping.
And just to remind people, you asked me my top 3 rappers. I was bugging. I ain't put.
I don't really care this week who's your top 3. Last week, the other
I forgot my nigga Jeezy, man. Let me tell my story.
Yo, could you mute him? Could you mute him for me? Is he muted?
No.
Mute him, please. Could you just mute him real quick, please? Yeah, like I was saying, Sin last week, this is what happened for the people that don't know what happened last week. Sin asked me if I could do a verse, would I do my verse over with anybody? And I said, no, I'm not doing my verse over. To me, that's cheating. Unless y'all talk about like, you want to do something, I'll do something over. But if you know, we're in a new age, so none of that shit really matter. And he asked me, did I ever have to write my verse over because somebody else's verse was hotter? And so I asked him, I said, no, I'm like that. So I asked him, I exactly asked him, who's your favorite rappers? He's going in the circle. Nas, and this person, and Jay-Z. I said, look, just give me your order. He put Jay-Z at the top. I said, yo, I did one song with Jay-Z. Now, it's a lot of people that say Jay-Z verse is better than mine. Some people that like my verse better than Jay-Z. Whatever the case is, I did the damn thing. Jay-Z did the damn thing too. Don't get it fucked up. Jay-Z killed it. But I killed it too. If you listen to it, I kind of was coming off his bars and still, and that when we went back to back, I forget what the last word he said, but I came right off whatever he wrote and rhymed the whole 4 bars off his last 2 syllables. And Sin felt I asked him a trick question because after I said Jay-Z, after he said Jay-Z is his favorite rapper, and I was like, did I keep up? Because Sin, no, I got off on that song. He feel betrayed. And all week he's talking about, I'm glad this person asked you this question and that person asked you this question. I'm like, bro, you answered the question. So that's why Sin is muted right now. And what I'm gonna do is take this time out to say thank you for tuning in to Talk with Flea, man. We'll definitely be back again next week. Revolt, you already know what it is. Sin City will be off mute at the start of next week because I don't feel like hearing this 10-minute bullshit on his new list of favorite rappers. We love you over here, baby. Talk with Flea. See you next week. Sorry, Sin, man.